Do you think it's possible to build a competitor, something like a YouTube or Facebook, considering the market share dominance that these companies actually have? What do we do about this? Because, again, you had a conversation with Thomas Sowell that was automatically demonetized with Thomas Sowell.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that's humanly possible.
Ben, as a guy in a yarmulke, you know the story of David versus Goliath. I've sort of become Dave versus YouTube. I mean, I've been one of the most outspoken people on this because it's impossible to tell what's going on. If, let's say, they just had a clear one-pager, this is what we monetize, this is what we don't, this is our policy, well, nobody forced me to be on YouTube. I'm voluntarily there. They don't have to monetize anything, by the way. I tweet this all the time. They can do whatever they want. The only reason I'm screaming about it all the time is I can only use my voice to influence things. I don't want government involvement. The idea that the United States government is going to somehow regulate a tech company properly is bananas. It's complete.
First of all, those guys don't even know what a computer is. I mean, if you watch that hearing with Zuckerberg, it was just incredible. What is the Facebook? Is it a book full of faces? Ben, I just paid my property taxes, a month ago on a government website. It looked like it was AOL from 1996. The idea that these people can do this, or that middle management regulators can figure out. What makes you hate taxes even more, because they take all your money and then they build these crappy websites. But yeah,
the hour that I lost in my life just watching the thing slowly, I was really, it's like dial-up Prodigy, like ridiculous. So the idea that the government can do it is not the answer to me. What I think we can do, and I think you're doing it too, is we can influence them by leveraging our audience to know what's going on. It's the lack of transparency that's the problem. And it's also, look, the only reason I keep making such a big noise about it is because things like Thomas Sowell, things like Ben Shapiro, I mean, it's all over the board. And by the way, there's this idea out there that they're only attacking conservatives, or they're only attacking people that are thought of as more right, or whatever I am, or whatever. I don't know that that's the case. I genuinely have no idea what's going on, but I will consistently use my voice, because that's what you're supposed to do as a citizen. I'm not asking the government. And yes, do I think competition can come in? Yes. Now, the one counter argument to this, and I think it's a legit one, and I think perhaps our friends at Prager University view this a little differently than us, is that Google, which owns YouTube obviously, controls so much information, has so much power now, that it is possible that by default, that competition can never really arise against them. Now, I actually don't take that position, but I think there's an interesting argument to be had there. I believe they'll ultimately crumble under the weight of their own nonsense. If you're going to say, well, and we know this because of the Demora lawsuit, well, we're not going to hire white or Asian engineers. Guess what? You're going to start getting not the best engineers. And that's not a knock on anyone's ethnicity or anything, but you should be hiring.
If your only standard is merit, it's different than if that is not your only standard, obviously.
Precisely. So they will crumble on their own. And if we have to push them a little bit so that ultimately something else can arise, then so be it. But I would be, look, if tomorrow it all gets fixed, every time I email them, I'm like, guys, I want this to work. You think I'm enjoying this? But I assure you, every time we see the demonetized thing and we request for you and one of my guys tells me, I mean, I'm not going to repeat because I know this is a family show, I usually say at first, but then I'm like, I got to do it again, and then I got to take the screenshot, and I got to tweet it. It's like, this is not what I want to put out a show, get people to check it out, let the ideas fall where they may, and then move on. But no, I don't think the government is the answer, and I think what you're doing, what I'm doing, what Phil DeFranco's doing, and Rogan and the rest is the answer. Keep putting out good stuff and force them to do the right thing.